Hello. This was kind of an impromptu thing, so I don't even know if anybody's going to show up. But hey, I was excited to draw Red Samus, so. So that's what we're going to do. Normally I don't do pencil on stream, but just ain't got time to screw around today. General hope with the streams is that at least one person will watch it live, and then maybe some more people will catch the replay. I should really be better about scheduling these in advance. But today I was in the middle of working on pages for a new book that hasn't been announced yet, and of course the trailer for Prime 4 dropped in the Nintendo Direct, and I saw the red suit, and I was like, "Damn it! Now I have to do this." Like, I was so upset that a cool new Samus look dropped, and I had to jump in right away, because it's like, it's just exciting to see new Metroid. Hey! James Quest, the one and only. Welcome to the stream. This is one of those designs that the first time I saw it, it's like I could almost picture how I was going to draw it in my mind's eye. Like, it just comes together very easily. But I usually do draw Samus quite a bit broader than this. Shoulders seem too narrow. We gotta go for almost like a JoJo pose kind of stance. And I'm gonna get details wrong because I'm working off of a single screenshot. I know we saw it from a couple different angles in the trailer, but I also kind of don't care. Froze program. Yeah, this has been happening a lot lately. A moment. I don't care about that. Check out my rad Battle Chasers backdrop. Alright, back up and running. Yeah, I've been getting soft locks on CSP a lot lately, and I am really not sure why. Yeah, I hope so too. James Quest just saying, I hope we get some new high quality pictures of the new suit at some point. And yeah, that would be nice. You know, I kind of have a habit of not particularly paying much attention to like the details on a lot of the Samus designs. I kind of do it a little bit differently every time. Which is, I think I did a fairly accurate reproduction of the Dread suit at one point, but I don't even know what this is called. I've been calling it Red suit because it's red. But given that we're doing like a psychic powers thing in 4, I'm sure it's gonna have like maybe like a psyker suit or something. I might do a print of this at some point. Just because, like, I've got 2 11x17 posters in my repertoire already that are both very cool. And then, of course, I've got a couple of other smaller ones. All, you know, Samus stuff, of course. I probably don't need another one, but, I mean, I'm drawing it. Why not at least put it on the imprint store? This is on a separate layer. So I'm going to fade it down so I can still see some of the detail. I haven't done anything with the legs yet. I'm like pretending that they don't exist. Hey, nothing wrong with a simple drawing. You know, simplicity of style is really important. I was actually talking with a 3D modeler about Maru Kiru's stuff. Don't get too excited; it was too expensive. But But for future, there's a possibility of doing like a Marukuru statue or something, which I would absolutely love. I think that would be great. But that was like one of the first things we were talking about. Is just like, well, I don't go in for this Final Fantasy. Everybody's got 28 belts, School of Design. I'm much simpler. I like to design things that are simple but impactful. And I think that that's my design philosophy. So I'm on board with anybody who gets down with that. That's pretty cool. I was on a podcast a while back where we were drawing. It's a really cool show. It's called Spilled Ink. I think it's called Spilled Ink. It's one of the Comics Wellspring podcasts. Anyways, Brandon Blacksdorf is the host, and he's a fun dude, and he led me to believe, he's like, well, I like to try to draw with everybody, but I'm not an artist. And I mean, I had words with him later where I'm like, that's bullshit. You should take more pride in what you do. Like, you put pen to paper, you're an artist. He's actually pretty good, which is really funny. So took him to task in a friendly and supportive way. But while we were on that show, I was talking about. Boy, I lost my train of thought. That happens a lot now too. It was something to do with character design. Oh, it was Frazetta. That's what it was. Because I hid Samus's foot back here. But anyways, the subject of the podcast was Conan, and like Conan monsters and Conan the Barbarian. Of course, Frank Frazetta drew a lot of. And I'm a big Frazetta fan, and I have a lot of I draw barbarian comics, so I'm a fan of Frazetta. But we were talking about Frazetta, and I have my Frazetta art book, and I was looking through it, and for the very first time, because when I go to Frazetta, I'm looking for cool anatomy stuff, and I'm looking for cool poses and so on and so forth, tone pieces, atmosphere, that kind of thing. And as I'm picking through my book, for the first time I really noticed, Frank Frazetta hated painting hands and feet. Would avoid them whenever possible. Oh, I didn't catch what color the boots were, but I bet they're red. I'm gonna have to pull out my phone to do a boots check. Samus kind of has a Transformer face on her chest. You can see it, right? Looks like a Decepticon or something. Skin Mittens is the creepiest. I'm going to read this out loud because I still haven't figured out how to put chat in my. Well, I guess chat's up on the side for everybody who's watching the things. Okay, fine. I've already made it way more awkward than it needs to be. Skin Mittens is the creepiest thing I've ever heard anybody say. In terms of like, first of all, like I've seen your art for one thing, and that's perfectly fine and suitable for what you do. I think if you had like fully articulated hands, it would actually look kind of weird because you have a very stripped down style that has like you capture the the costume elements and the big exclamation point character things, and you kind of boil that into a cartoony representation, which always comes across, always reads. So I think top tier. But I think if you did like really complicated hands, that would actually be kind of jarring. I would advise against it. Not to say that you shouldn't push yourself to draw hands, but all right, here's a weird thing. My shoulder cutouts don't jive. First, I'm going to combine these. This is pencil sketch, so I don't really care. I don't care. I want to do like a psychic thing around the hand at some point. Like I said, I usually don't do pencils on stream because it is the part of the process where I am typically at my most sweary and agitated. She's so cool, man. We're eating. Okay, I'll stop talking about skin mittens then. Um, oh, you mean... I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Yes, we are absolutely eating with this one. Also, hello, Mistakes. You did miss a stream, so your streak's been broken. But thank you for coming today. I poking fun. I appreciate the repeat offenders. All right. I monkeyed something up here. Okay. Yeah, I've been like I said at the very beginning, I think before anybody even showed up, that I've been doing a very bad job of like scheduling them in advance. This one obviously was like super impromptu, but I I really want to start adhering to a schedule that like people can get used to. I feel like that would be good for everybody. Got the eyes pointing the wrong way. I don't know. I'm into this red and black thing. I think this is cool. I'm just excited that a new Metroid game is coming. I don't ask for much. I just want to fund my ding-dang Kickstarter and play Metroid games. Yeah, you know, we've gotten. I feel like we've become accustomed to not getting any news about Metroid Prime 4. That it's just like it's never going to happen. No, don't even. Not in our lifetimes. You know, no news today. Um, so you know, it was a nice surprise. Yeah. What do you think? Has this already been confirmed one way or the other? If Prime is going to be a Switch 2 release or? Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like if that's on launch and a new Mario Kart, like okay, you got me Switch 2. Like I was ever not gonna get one. I'm a sucker for Nintendo. I mean when they talk when Miyamoto came out and started talking about like, oh, it's a Nintendo calendar app. We'll direct at you every day. I was like, yeah, I'm downloading that. All right. Yeah, no, they're not gonna. It doesn't make sense for them to put it on Switch. I think I might need to make the helmet a little smaller. Yes. Taking on these JoJo-esque proportions. I had to explain this to a group of people once, and my affinity for Nintendo and Nintendo characters, and it's something along the lines of I feel about Nintendo and Nintendo characters the same way that like Disney adults feel about Disney and Disney characters. It's a sense of childlike wonder that makes others uncomfortable. That was a joke. Enjoy what you enjoy, please. I know that I certainly will be. I don't want to put I don't want to put too much thought into this. I'm just gonna ink this. Screw it. In a second, because I need to I just need to shore up some of the lighter portions. I love the black central stalk trunk of this design. It's going to make my Samus fan art so much faster to do. Okay, we gotta do like this LED strip around everything. Worry about that in a second. I like the little third eye detail we've got here. Samus is psychic now. Save. Okay. I'm not going to close the reference, but I am going to put it away. This would be a great day to flip my monitor sideways, but I can't, so I'll just get over that. Down to that. You know, once again, or I thought this in my head, I didn't say it out loud. But, you know, I'm just, for the most part, I'm not thinking too much about where the ink lines go. I'm just kind of following what I laid down in the pencil, and I'll tighten it up later. Not bad. I've drawn Samus a lot. And I can really kind of turn my brain off when I'm doing some of these in a way that I wish I could bring to all of my work. It's just something about the way that she's put together that just makes sense. It's all smooth curves and interlocking plates. Just that didn't look very good, but don't worry about it. I guess I'll leave the reference open. Just so I don't have to keep switching back and forth. I see. So we're going to explore kind of the curve geometry and whatnot more when we do the tone portion of this. Which might happen today. I don't know, my goal was to kind of just cruise through this, so... Which is why I like the black suit. Yeah, it does have hot rod vibes for sure. That's a cool way of thinking about it. Even with like the underlighting, that's really what that reminds me of. There's a car that drives around near where I live. Actually, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I used to call it the Saints Row car because it looked like it belonged to the Third Street Saints. It had a custom purple paint job, purple headlights, and purple underlighting. It's like, yeah, look at that. There they go. Can't see. There we go. I don't know if that's Pope worthy, but good enough for today. Blech. I just want these two lines to get married. Better. Sorry. All right. I just gotta keep an eye on my time here because I have a dinner tonight that's gonna take a long time to make. Yeah, I kind of hate that. I'm not going to be precious. I know how to fix this. It still sucks. Better. All right, fine. Today's playlist is very similar to, not exactly on the spot, but pretty similar to a lot of the liminal space stuff that I listen to when I'm not streaming. And I like that. I need to find stuff that kind of more. I'm sure that there's something of it on Chill Hop somewhere. Something that hits my dreamlike vibes that I so desperately need to function. That's not what feet look like. Ah. Just don't round them off. There. Again, not being precious. You know, I just, a couple of weeks ago, not even that, I think a week ago, finished work on the new Marukiru issue, which of course I lovingly slaved over every page of that. And it's nice to turn your brain off if you can remember to turn your brain off, so that's what I'm trying to do here. I know it's a new suit, but it's still Samus. This is second nature stuff. We might do some color overlay on that, though. Okay. Ink, we need to... This is bigger, so we need to do a bigger... Don't worry about my words. They mean things to me, and that's all that matters. A noble spirit and begins the smallest man. Congrats on Kickstarter reaching its goal. Yes, thank you. We did. We funded day one, which is always a load off my mind. So that, covers the cost of the printing and the shipping. And make sure that the book will exist. And now we're working on stretch goals, we're working on fun backer goals and stuff, we're doing Marukiru cosplay arts, etc. To try to get the book into as many hands as we can. But yes, that getting that initial fund is a big weight off of my mind. And it always blows me away that it's like it's people around the world getting this thing, which I love. I love sending comics to weird places. I shouldn't say weird places. That sounds very American of me. Um, I love sending my comic to places that aren't here. May they find peace. Yeah. So the early bird spots close on Sunday. Sunday. Sunday the. I should be better at this. The 30th. They close on the 30th. I think at noon. There's still several left, so I think that as long as you beat the clock on that, you should be able to secure one. And if you can't get it together in that time, if you can't get it together that fast, DM me and we'll work something out, because I can set up a secret tier. Well, I don't want you to necessarily miss out, especially because we know each other. That's a little bit different. If there are spots left when it closes, I'll figure out how to get one to you. Kickstarter's got this feature now called Secret Tiers, where you can essentially set up a reward that is only accessible by link. So, if not all of those spots get claimed, and right now I think there's 11 left, but if not all of those spots get claimed, I think I might set up a secret tier that I can do as a promo or something. Because yeah, the beat the clock thing on that is, when you launch a campaign, you want to ride that wave of excitement, and I set it up in such a fashion that if all of them went on first day, that would have funded the campaign in one go. So that was kind of the goal there. It didn't happen, but that's okay. It's like we're having fun with it at this point. Yeah, they got late pledges now too, which is a really interesting thing. Which is like, if you, and I intend to deploy this against certain people, just for funsies. But okay, so my last campaign, I wanted to get 100 backers. That was like my personal goal that I wanted to do, and I got 99. So I got 99 backers, and I was telling people it was like, it was a really successful campaign. I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of everybody for for pitching in, making the book happen. It's just this one thing that I really wanted to get 100 backers, and I only got 99. And I had like 5 different people tell me, "Oh, I was totally gonna back. I would have been number 100." And I said that in my douchey voice, but it's like they actually did sound sincere. But it would be funny to just be like, well, with late pledges, you still have a chance. Okay, I can color this in. I can color this in half an hour. That's the goal. Yeah, 99. 99. You can't help but laugh. Because it is what it is. And, like, honestly, I am really happy just that, like, there are people that want to read the book. There were 99 people that wanted to read that book. Like, wow, that's cool. You always feel better about your small publishing goals when you read some statistics about like the world of small publishing and indie publishing. And it's like, and this isn't even just for small publishing. This encapsulates all books. But the statistic is something like 50% of the books that are published will never sell more than a dozen copies. It's just like, conceive of that for a second, and all of a sudden 99, you feel like, makes you feel great. And I feel great about it anyways. I think about it from we talked about my shitty garage band on a previous stream. We think about it from the perspective of the shitty garage band. If 99 people showed up to your show, whew, the night of your life. 99 people's a lot of people. Yeah, that stat's crazy. It's so crazy that it's the kind of thing. It's like I better fact check that again, because I say that a lot, and I want to make sure that I'm not feeding a line of bull. But I'm almost positive that that's a correct statistic. I mean, you think about how many books are published every year, you know. My very best friend works as an editor for a small press that I will not name because I'm not going to say something nice right here. But they churn out books that I guarantee you sell less than a dozen copies. This looks pretty cool. If I'm just gonna toot my own horn, and I will. Let's try to get the same as some kind of toe and arch. I don't like high heels, Samus. I'm not into that. With the one exception being Super Smash Brothers, when she has friggin' gravity boots for Zero Suit Samus. I like those. Those are fun. Like a cartoony thing almost. But I started working on a sketch for the next Marukiru cosplay, and it involved me putting her in heels for the first time ever. And I was like, something's wrong about this. I don't know. This doesn't seem right. But it's not canon. It actually the shoes I made look pretty good. I'm trying to get better at drawing shoes. I have no idea if these are anywhere near accurate, and I'm going to go so far as to say that they're totally wrong, but I don't care. Do I want to put a big old think I want to put a big old soul on this. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. That's rad. Shoes. Cool. Alright. Oops. Didn't do half of the... Okay. I don't know why I'm looking over at the reference. I guess just for some general inspiration. This came together really quickly. Which, you know, is one of those things where I didn't watch the Nintendo Direct live. I watched it when I was having lunch, and I saw this trailer, and I was like, "Damn, I really want to do that." But I was right in the middle of working on pages for a new publisher book that I'm working on, which again I haven't talked about yet, and I won't today. But I was in the middle of working on pages, and I saw this, and I was like, oh, I really want to do a stream, but I shouldn't. I should focus on my work. And then I finished my work, and I was like, okay, I can get a stream together. But like I said, I usually don't pencil on stream because it doesn't always go the way I want it to. So I scratched out like a very, very rough little outline thing. Yeah, thank you. But anyways, I scratched out like a little outline, and I was like, okay, I think I can take this live. And then, you know, here we are. Yeah, my new book with a certain cool indie publisher. I think we agreed to not talk about it yet. But soon. You'll hear about it soon. but it's like a full-on manga book, which is pretty cool. Way different from my Mario Kira stuff and from Circuit Champ too, honestly. It's kind of a new direction, but similar in tone in certain ways. So I feel like if you're a Mario Kira fan, you'll enjoy it. I've also been thinking about this idea for years. And I started talking about it on Blue Sky the other day, and somebody gave me an idea that made me go like, "Oh no, I think I actually want to do this," which is to make a tabletop RPG. That's essentially a Krull ripoff, where a pyramid from space crash lands in a medieval world, and go inside to plumb the depths and face the horrors and whatnot. And it maybe it moves around like the Black Fortress and Krull does, and that's kind of the idea of that. But it's called Ziggurat, and I've had this idea for a long time, and I have really very little interest in game design. I just want to make an art book that has some. I joked this, and I want to make an art book where your three stats are sword, sorcery, and pyramid. But then somebody said you should make it so that all dice rolls are made with the D4, and I was like, oh no, I think you cracked this wide open. I think this has to be a game now. So I don't know. I might try my hand at game design. If nothing else, you'll get a rad little art book of wizards and knights fighting aliens. Take rules light to new heights. Sounds cool. Yeah, no, I hate it when that happens, right? Where it's like, yeah, I know I've got a full plate right now, but what if? Totally new original project. Never run out of ideas. I wish I would run out of ideas. My life would be easier if I could run out of ideas. Badass. Alright. I said I wanted to get this done by 4:30, and I think we're going to make it. I don't, there's not going to be a particularly great background, but... Like War of the Worlds in an even earlier time period. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like that. But with like one big thing instead of a lot of little things. The Mass Effect board game. My friends and I used to play the Battlestar Galactica board game with some frequency. I wonder if that's a similar vibe. I love board games. I just wish they didn't all take 20 hours to play. We're doing an RGB for this. I don't even care. I'm just not going to print it. Who's going to stop me? I've developed quite a bad attitude lately. Of just going into these things and be like, yeah, who's gonna stop me? You? I was joking around that I recently got accepted into the Limit Break Comics Bump in the Night Cryptid Anthology, with a pitch that was literally, quote unquote, seduced by Bigfoot. And I wrote a long form version of that and sent it to my pals at Irish based Limit Break Comics, and they accepted it. And now it's going to be in that anthology, and I am going to make that comic, and they accepted it. And even in the acceptance email, they said something to the effect of, "We may have to edit this." And I was like, "I'd like to see you try." But yeah, I said it's emboldened me in a way that might be problematic later on. Cool. I bet if I even did a... Play with the glow settings in a minute, but... Oh, the arm cannon is not... The arm cannon kind of matches the... Yeah. We'll just make it... I know what we'll do. Never fear. Nice. All right. Actually, oh yes. Very nice. Rad and also sick. Okay, let me make this purple. If it hurts your eyes a little bit, that's good RGB. Okay. Now, normally with red, I would render up to yellow, but that is not going to work here. So, I'll try a couple of different things. So I do this with the I just do this in black on a color hold layer, so that way I can change the color at will to kind of play with a couple of different things. And just kind of right away I can see that the red that I picked is too similar. So we just go with white, and we'll just go with a really low opacity. And yeah, I think we're just gonna do white. Easy enough. Just highlight this with the better applied light blue. Almost there. This is... Thank you, first of all. No, this is the new Metroid Prime 4 suit that was shown off today in the trailer during the Nintendo Direct. So, in a moment of inspiration, I decided I was just going to hop on stream and draw it. All right. The last thing I want to do is, like I said, because Samus is psychic now. We just want to give her a little psychic energy to play with. Well, there's two reasons that I could think of, and one of them is because people like me who like to draw them. But yeah, no, in the cutscenes, menus, and maybe just to kind of hold tradition with the rest of the way that the rest of the Metroid series does it. And you actually see Samus in third person with some regularity because you go to third person and in and out every time you switch to the morph ball. Let's see what this looks like. Not paid that. Hate that too. Alright, we're just gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I think the difference this time kind of being that it's not a drain ability, it's a manipulation ability. I, for one, am willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. Also, Metroid Prime 4 has been in development. What? A long time. Since before Metroid Dread came out. Maybe even since before Metroid Dread was in development. Who ate whose lunch? Who can know? Oh, I should do some kind of background on this, but it's 4:30, and I did say that that is when I was going to stop. So, yeah, you know, pretty good. Not bad for an impromptu emergency stream. And thanks for everybody for coming out today. I appreciate it. Of course, still running a Kickstarter for my original comic Mark Here, Destroy the Moon. Please, and thank you. Check that out. Links are in the description, etc., etc. 2019 was the restart for development on Prime 4. Okay, I guess that was... I don't remember when Dread came out either. Yeah, that's true too. Okay, so you know, Metroid games take 20 years to come out. This is just the way the world is. But yeah, be sure to check out my Kickstarter if you like comics, you like my art. There's a lot on offer there. Yeah, more streams coming up soon. I got to try to get it on a more regular schedule, and we'll do more stuff like this. So, appreciate everybody being here. Thank you very much for joining me, and of course you're very welcome. Happy to come and do it. And next time when we put it on the calendar a little bit more in advance. All right, take care, folks. See you later.